So good afternoon, guys, and welcome to today's Igniting Your Happiness training. We're talking about the surprising relationship between your pain and your sense of worth, your sense of value. So, give you a little background behind this because this can be a really odd concept to hear. It's like, really, my pain and my value have a relationship, and they actually do. Because number one, what's one of the first experiences we have of being valued, of being important to another human being? And that is when we're an infant and we're in pain. We need food, we need support, we need comforting. This is hey, yeah, thank you. That's where you comment. Right on, yeah. So one of our first experiences with being valued is in how people respond, how our mother or father both responded to our cries of pain. This is where we get ourselves into an experience of going, I'm worth it. I'm cared for. I matter to someone else. My needs matter. My pain matters. This is why pain and value have an intrinsic relationship, because when our pain is not valued, it's not appreciated, it's not respected, it doesn't matter to somebody else, then we start to wonder if we matter or value, that we're valuable to anybody, that we have any place in the world, right? Do I matter? Do I belong? Is there anything valuable about me? And that all comes to roost, or is rooted from the experience of how our pain is valued by another person. So a pain is the place where need is expressed, and then fulfillment is where that need is brought into peace, and that ends the pain. So it's also where we typically discover nurture. It's where we discover connection and affection and play and protection. These fundamental core needs that we all have play themselves out in how people respond to our need, to our pain. Okay? So this is another reason why our sense of worth and our pain have such a tight relationship together. This is also one of the secrets to igniting your value, because when we start honoring our pain and its legitimacy, we start to naturally experience confidence because it's already within us. Our value literally ignites itself when we start honoring and legitimizing the pain that we've been through, whether it's anxiety about making a phone call, whether it's terror about, confronting somebody that you need to change your relationship with, or whether it's anxiety about making a change, or it's fear of doing something new. Those pains are actually learned. They're conditioned into us by our experience. So if we want to raise our sense of value and our confidence and capability, we need to honor what we're experiencing. We need to honor the validity of our pain. Further, we need to honor the pain of being neglected. Because in narcissistic systems, in transactional relationships, the consumer supply relationship, where the codependent is supplying the consumer or the narcissist with their supply, their need of attention, love, validation, whatever it might be that the narcissist needs, it drains the codependent, leaves them empty of themselves, of their energy, and of their sense of worth. If we're going to heal that experience, we need to start respecting the neglect we went through, that you went through the consumer supply relationship or narcissistic dynamic. That legitimization propels your healing forward massively, because when we get in there and honor the somatic pain, the feelings you've had about it, the way your body feels about it, and legitimize it, boom, your sense of worth, your sense of confidence comes back alive, because again, your worth and your pain are intrinsically related that way. Some other things to think about when it comes to your pain and value. Pain is a medium for experiencing how we're valued by another. So if we're in pain and we express that to a person and they're like, man, you're too sensitive, just get over it. Or you're just too much. Jeez, you're always so needy. How do you feel? Right, you're going to feel like trash. You're going to wonder if you matter to this person. And if you haven't mattered to a person in pain, if someone has never valued your pain and showed you that they care about you in that area, you're going to wonder if you matter as a human being, right? Very important signal that's going on for us there, guys, because if we're in a relationship where people don't honor us and value us, we're in real trouble. We're in a toxic relationship, and we need to exit that. Because when our pain isn't valued, we immediately start to internalize that as something's wrong with us. And it can be really difficult to say, hey, this isn't about me, this is about you. You're the one that lacks some sort of empathy about what I'm going through. Obviously, what I feel is not important to you. Now, our tidbit here. So we have that consumer supply relationship going on, which is all based on transaction. And that means the benefit the other person gets by being in the relationship. And in those relationships, there's only one person in the relationship, and that's the narcissist. But in a healthy relationship, it's built on the premise that I care about how you feel. Your feelings and your experience matter to me. I want to understand you and connect with you at that level. This is why pain and value are still intrinsically linked. Because when someone cares about how we feel valued, we feel valuable, and we're able to see and make better contact with ourselves because they're positively reflecting back to us how we matter, how we intrinsically matter. So pain is a medium for experiencing how you're valued by another, and it's also a great place to determine if that person actually belongs in your life, if they're actually healthy, if they're actually a non-toxic or healthy person, because toxic people are going to dismiss your pain. Now, healthy people, especially really aware healthy people, will dismiss your story. They'll say, you're telling yourself a bunch of bullshit there, but I do care about how you feel. Tell me how you feel about what's going on, rather than the story you're making up about it. I'm one of those people. I do that to people all the time. It drives me crazy. But that's because your story's defeating you. Stories don't help you succeed, but accessing your pain and honoring it, having it witnessed and legitimized, does. You make a lot of progress really rapidly in healing your pain. And that also heals your sense of value, your sense of worth. So, guys, it's really important that we start legitimizing your pain so that your value can be ignited, so it can be revealed to you. You can get in contact with the voice of your value and the vision of your value. Now, if you're struggling with this, you're struggling in therapy to make progress with this, if you're struggling to just access your pain or to feel legitimate, to know your value, to know your voice, to know your vision, then I want to invite you to join the happiness strategy, because that system teaches you exactly how to do this step by step. It's a 13-week training where I teach you how to access your value through the legitimization of your pain, and also the legitimization of your joy, your pleasure, and the other emotions that we have as human beings. Teach you how to hear your voice and access your voice so you can follow it rather than responding to the programming you have in your head or the expectations of others. And I teach you how to follow your vision, how to discern it from what you think you should be doing and who you think you should be versus who you naturally are and what you can accomplish in that. What this typically results in for my clients is a 2 to 3 times increase in their happiness. So basically, they become 2 to 3 times more happy, more confident, more rooted in who they are. And it fundamentally eliminates their need to be codependent. It eliminates their need to stay in toxic relationships because now they really know what matters to them. They matter to themselves, and then they can make the big decisions they are looking to make in their life, which leads to more happiness. And that's why it's called the happiness strategy. Now, we launch January 20th, okay? And this 13-week course launches on the 20th, which is a Monday in 2020, January. So say that really long way. And there's 25 seats available. Well, there's 25 seats total, and there's 14 available right now. So this thing is going to sell out before we even get to January. So if you've been struggling with your sense of self-worth, with your sense of value, with knowing who you are, knowing what your voice is, knowing what you want for your life, then a happiness strategy has been made for you. If you're struggling to make progress in therapy and actually break free from your trauma, the happiness strategy was made for you, because we also go through the trauma healing system, the Get Closure Now system, in the happiness strategy, so you can you can find closure with your trauma and move on with your life. So the link is above on Facebook and below on YouTube to click to apply for the happiness strategy. So you have to apply for it. There's an application process. You fill it out, then I contact you. if you meet the criteria for the class. You and I will then have a short consult to make sure that's appropriate, and also to outline what you want to accomplish, so I make sure you get what you really need for your healing. And then if it's appropriate, I'll invite you to join, and then boom, you'll have the opportunity to purchase your spot in the happiness strategy. There's also income aware pricing with this program, which means don't think that you don't have, that money's going to be a barrier there, because I have ways of helping you out there. Okay, guys? So today, think about how you are valuing and validating and legitimizing your pain, and how maybe you're shaming it, pushing it away, denying it, and how that's affecting how you feel about your worth and your value, because they are intrinsically related. And if you want to know your deep value, to know your voice and your vision, you've got to start legitimizing that pain. If you want help with that, again, apply to the happiness strategy. Otherwise, guys, get out there, play with this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you, and remember that you're worth knowing, loving, and keeping. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's training.